Thanks, ladies. Good luck to each of you. Now, let's see if you have guessed who the judges picked for the Best National Costume Award. By the way, this does not count in the scoring to determine the new Miss Universe, but it's always been the pageant's way of celebrating the wonderful diversity of these countries, and we wanted to share it with you on this particular anniversary. I have the winner here. The country that wins the costume award is Colombia. ¿Dónde está? Congratulations. There you are. Thank you very much. We will be back to reveal our 10 semifinalists for the Miss Universe right after this. Welcome back to this dazzling array. Now, since the Miss Universe pageant is coming to you live tonight from the entertainment capital of the world, it's only appropriate that our hostess for this evening is very much at home in Hollywood. Would you please welcome from Entertainment Tonight, Miss Lisa Gibbons.
Good luck, ladies.
Good evening.
Hello, Dick. How are you?
Welcome.
Good evening, everyone.
Nice to see you again. We want to welcome our audience of 600 million people in 65 countries around the world.
Isn't it amazing, Dick?
Yeah.
And what a rapidly changing world it is. Something that's reflected here tonight with some very special news.
As a matter of fact, two of our contestants have come from what were just a few months ago called the Iron Curtain countries.
Exactly right. Miss Poland is here along with Miss Czechoslovakia. And for the first time in the history of the Miss Universe pageant, there is a candidate with us this evening from the Soviet Union.
And we are delighted to have all of you with us. Thank you for joining us. And we look forward to the day when we can welcome young women from every country on earth to the Miss Universe pageant.
The Miss Universe pageant is the biggest international event in Los Angeles since the 1984 Olympics. And there's also some news tonight about the pageant itself.
Yes, we've got a couple of levels of new competition in the judging area, and things are going to be a little more exciting. And as the evening progresses, you're going to give us some insights along the way?
I sure will. I'm going to be up in the anchor booth, actually, along with Margaret Gardner, Miss Universe from 1978. The two of us will be recapping the scores, of course, but we're also going to give you those great backstage stories and, you know, a little bit of dish every now and then.
Gossip every
Yeah,
now. All
exactly.
right.
Just
Good
a little bit. Well, the pageant's about to start. I think I better start my climb.
Your climb, you make it sound like Mount Everest or something up
Well,
there.
I mean, after all, it's 87 stairs, Dick. Yes, I counted them in high heels.
Yes,
This is quite an accomplishment.
All right, on your way. Lisa Gibbons,
Thank
ladies
you.
and gentlemen, we'll see you at the summit. Now, we come to the first turning point of the evening. You've just met 71 spectacular young women from 71 different places on the planet, all here in Hollywood tonight, seeking the Miss Universe crown. And now, we're about to narrow that number from 71 down to 10. Ladies, if you will, please take your places. Earlier, you saw their scores in 3 preliminary competitions, and the computer has now added those together. Thank you, sir. And average them for the composite scores, which you'll see on your screen. Now, the top 10 scores determine our semifinalists. I'm about to reveal them. Ladies, if you're ready.
Well, I tell you, those 10 look pretty special, even from way up here in Mount Hollywood. A lot of excitement going on this evening. We have 600 million viewers watching around the world, as we mentioned. No doubt about it, I have got one of the best seats on this planet. Right now, we'd like to recap the scores in the preliminary competition for you now. As we turn to the monitor in the swimsuit category, Miss Norway out in front with a pretty big lead. Miss India in second place, and third place went to Miss Dominican Republic. In the evening gown category, Miss USA ahead, followed very closely by Miss Venezuela and Miss Czechoslovakia. At this point, though, all these scores are erased from the computer. The 10 semifinalists begin tonight's competition anew, each of them on equal footing. And joining me now is our color commentator for this evening. She has hosted her own talk show, so she has the real insider's view of this pageant, Miss Universe of 1978, Margaret Gardner. Welcome, Margaret.
Thank you, and good evening.
We should begin by telling you that only you at home can hear what we're saying up here in the booth.
Yes, the contestants, the judges, and the theater audience can't hear us.
Well, it would not only affect the judges' opinions, maybe, but I think that we could rattle a few nerves among the girls.
Indeed, and that's the last thing they need right now.
Exactly. Now, we've been getting to know these girls all week. Margaret, you know just about everything there is to know about them. Tell us who stands out for you in this group of 10.
Well, Lisa, I took an informal poll of the contestants, and their top girls were Bolivia, USA, Venezuela, and I have to agree with them, they were pretty good.
Well, they did very well, actually, if that's who they chose, because, you know, those girls are up there, and it's no surprise, really, to see Miss Venezuela there. They have been in the finals 8 times in the last 10 years.
Indeed. I'm actually willing to go out on a limb and predict that Venezuela will be in the final 3 this year.
Are you going to jet on ahead to the final 3? That's brave of you, Margaret.
Well, it's not that brave. Venezuela has won 3 times since 1979, and the Latin American girls always do well. In fact, they have 5 of the 10 semi-finalists.
You're right, they do. Half of them are from Latin America. Those girls compete very strongly. Why is that?
Well, pageants are a very big deal in Latin America. These countries don't have any royalty of their own, so the pageant winners become their celebrities. When someone wins, they declare a national holiday and have even immortalized past winners on postage stamps. In fact, in 1958, when Miss Colombia won, the government built her a mansion and declared her tax exempt for life.
You're kidding.
That's something I would love to have happen to me.
That's not a bad deal. I mean, you get a crown, you get a title, a mansion, and tax-free status. Something tells me the IRS isn't going to do that for Miss USA.
I got it.
A lot of great behind-the-scenes stories going on here tonight. We'll be telling you more as the competition goes on. And remember, you at home will see everything the judges see tonight to choose the winner, so you can make your own choice for Miss Universe as you watch with us.
Now, let's welcome back our 10 semifinalists, each wearing an after-5 dress of her own choosing. Now, the semifinal competition begins with the interviews. And let me remind you, armchair judges at home, that poise, intelligence, personality, and the content of the answers are all equally important in this competition. Only you at home will see the scores. Now, for any candidate who feels she may have difficulty understanding or expressing herself in English, we have interpreters from In Lingua International Language Center standing by. And we'll meet our first candidate now. This is Miss India, Suzanne Sablok. She's 23 years of age, a graduate of the University of India, and a model. Now, you've been a model in India for a while, but you told the press earlier that this was going to be your last year. Why?
Because I think I've had enough of it. I've enjoyed it. I've reached the peak of my career, and now I want to study and do much more interesting things like helping handicapped children, which is my aim from the day I was from a very early age.
Now, you've been to the United States several times. How do we differ from you, at least in terms of the women?
The women over here are really beautiful, so are the Indian women, but we are very mysterious. We have a certain mystery about ourselves, which we don't let go, and I think the American women are very modern.
Thank you very much. Please wait for a moment while the judges give you a score. Now, if you'll step over there, please, that's Miss India. Let's meet next Miss Colombia, Lisette Maecha. She's a recent high school graduate, studying public relations, looking for a career in tourism. And may I have my interpreter, please? We read so much in the news about drugs in Colombia. Could you please tell me, how much should the United States have to do with the Colombian drug affair?
Nosotros leemos mucho en los periódicos acerca del problema de las drogas en Colombia. ¿Qué tanto tienen que ver la influencia de los Estados Unidos en este problema?
Mira, yo pienso que los Estados Unidos tienen que ver mucho porque conjuntamente es un problema de todos y conjuntamente vamos a lograr una solución como hasta el momento lo estamos haciendo.
I think that
Un momento, por favor.
I think that the United States have a lot to do with this because the problem is not only ours, it belongs to all of us. And together, we all together are going to get to the solution.
Thank you very much. May I ask you, what positive things should we know about Colombia?
¿Qué es lo positivo? ¿Qué cosas positivas tenemos que saber de Colombia?
Muchas cosas positivas existen en Colombia, mucha gente linda, muchos valores humanos y mucha gente que quiere emprender muchos proyectos para alcanzar muchas cosas lindas. En Colombia está muchas riquezas, las esmeraldas, el café, las flores.
Gracias.
There is a lot of beautiful things in Colombia, the people, the values, the people, the values, the people, the values. There's a lot of natural wealth. the coffee, the flowers, the women. We have a lot of beautiful things in Colombia.
An exact translation. Muchas gracias. Please wait one moment. Thank you very much. Would you join Miss India? You'll notice it takes a little bit longer with the translations. Everybody's getting the same time. Next, Miss Mexico. Marile del Rosario has a degree in tourism, is now working on her public relations career. Would you join me again, please? You have been an exchange student here in the United States. How does an American family differ from one in Mexico?
Tú has sido estudiante de intercambio en los Estados Unidos. ¿En qué se diferencia la familia americana de la familia mexicana?
Bueno, las dos tenemos cosas muy positivas. Yo creo que la familia americana se diferencia de la mexicana, que trabajan la mayor parte del tiempo y es imposible tener a la familia reunida. Yo creo que muy pocas veces se reúne la familia.
Well, I think that we have positive values, both of them. But the American family, they are always working, and it's never possible to have them all together at the same time.
It's true. You once jumped into a bull ring. Do you like excitement?
Una vez brincaste al ruedo del torero. ¿Te gusta la excitación?
Sí, así es, me gusta mucho las corridas de toros, las peleas de gallos y sí, la verdad, sí brinqué al ring y eso lo hacemos en la ciudad de Tlaxcala, que es muy excitante y muy emocionante, pero nunca lo voy a volver a hacer.
Yes, I did do that. I like bullfights, cockfights. I did jump into in a little bull ring that we have in the city of Tlaxcala, but I'll never do that again.
I hope not. Please face forward for a moment. The judges will score. That's Miss Mexico. Thank you. Next is Miss Turkey coming up in a moment. Miss Turkey, I announced you a little bit early. This is Giuliani Atesh. She's a university student majoring in English literature. What do you want to do when you complete your studies?
I have 3 more years to complete my studies. After that, I want to continue with master program in America about international public relations, and then I want to be a businesswoman.
If I were to go to Turkey as a tourist, what would you recommend I see?
If you're interested in history, there are several places to see in Turkey, and first of all, I think it's because of near my city. I would advise you to go to Ephesus and Kuşadası.
What is the biggest challenge your country faces in the 90s?
I think it's about the teenagers, because I think the teenagers are the people who builds the country, and it's about education. Education is a very big problem because we have university exams, and if you can't pass that exam, you can't go to the university. It was my problem, and I couldn't pass my university exam at the first year, so it had a very big problem for me and for the Turkish teenagers.
Thank you very much. Please hold here for a moment. That's Miss Turkey. Thank you very much. Next is Miss Chile, Urania Haltenhoff. She's a university student majoring in accounting. And again, may I have our translator? Thank you for joining us. It says here you want to have your own accounting firm one day. Now, if your biggest client someday asked you to, how do we say, juggle the books, what would be your answer?
Entendemos que quieres tener tu propia firma de contaduría. Si tu cliente más grande te pide que arregles los libros, ¿qué harías?
Es imposible realmente. Si uno quiere ser un buen auditor, un buen contador auditor, en lo cual lo más importante es el prestigio, es imposible dejarse dominar por el afán del dinero, ¿no? Yo pienso que en ese caso le diría a mi gran cliente que no podría hacer ese trabajo, lo siento, por mi prestigio profesional.
I think it's impossible. You have to keep you want to be a good accountant and have a good impression and be honest. But if you want to go for the money, you cannot do that. I would tell my important client, no, you cannot do that. I would not do it.
Thank you very much. Will you please wait for the judges to score? Thank you. Please join the other women. That's Miss Chile. Thank you, ladies, very, very much.
Some very, very strong interviews in that group. It's tough to answer questions when the heat is on like that.
Especially with 600 million people watching you.
Thanks for reminding us of that, too, Margaret. Miss Columbia, I thought, handled herself really well, as they all did, but she really had the pressure on her with the drug issue.
She did. She's been under a lot of pressure this whole week from the press, having to deal with a very difficult topic. And she's handled it with great diplomacy.
I also thought Miss Mexico, injecting a little humor never hurts with the judges, it seems.
It does, and when you're able to get a response from the audience, it adds points to your score. The judges like to hear that you can communicate with people.
So charm goes a long way as well.
Indeed it does.
Of course, Margaret, Carol Gist, Miss USA, is coming up in the second group of interviews.
Indeed.
We have had someone from the States in the finals every year for the last 10 years, but we've not had a winner since Sean Weatherly in 1980. Maybe Carol can turn that around for us. How do you think she'll do tonight?
I think she just might. She'll do very well. I watched her at the USA pageant, and she simply knocked the judges' questions right out of the ballpark. The camera loves this girl. She doesn't seem to have a bad angle. In fact, I saw her at the People's Choice Awards. She was on the stage with the likes of Meryl Streep and Jack Nicholson, and she handled herself with total confidence. This girl has star quality.
That seems to be the word on Carol. I've never seen her rattle, have you?
Neither have I, and I don't think she's going to tonight.
Well, we will soon see how Carol and the rest of the semifinalists do when we come back.
Welcome back to Hollywood as we continue our interview competition with 5 more outstanding young women. And our 6th semifinalist is Miss Bolivia, Rosario Ricotoro. She's 17 years of age, a recent high school graduate, soon to begin university. Rosario, you've asked to have an interpreter standing by. We'll ask just in case. Please join us again. You're very precise, but I don't think you're going to work on this one. You said in your biography that you wanted to become the Minister of Education in your country. What would you change?
Well, I would change this education system. That means I lived 3 years in the United States, and I went to a public school. And when I got back to Bolivia, I saw the difference, even being a private school. So I wanted to change that, to be a private school in Bolivia as a public school is in the United States, you see. So children can graduate and face life. Because in Bolivia, the elementary education, I think, needs a new change.
Very good. Thank you very much. Will you hold for just one moment while the judges give you a score? Thank you, Miss Bolivia. If you'd step over there for a moment. Our next candidate is coming up. Here's Miss Czechoslovakia, Jana Hrankova. She's 23 years of age. She's a medical student. We will need our interpreter here this time. You have noticed many dramatic changes in your country in the past year. What is next? You are okay?
I hope that the next will be changes our economy, because it's very important. But everybody in my country are just very happy that was so good changes. Everybody loves our Mr. President Václav Havel and the new government.
You are studying, pardon me? You are studying to be a doctor. Your mother is a doctor?
Yes, my mother is doctor too.
Will these, will these changes affect you?
Oh, I don't know.
No? You were going to say something about your mother?
Something about my mother?
What does she is a specialist?
My mother is a gynecologist.
You're following in her footsteps. Thank you very much. Please stand by. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Miss Czechoslovakia. Miss Venezuela, Andrena Gertz is 20 years of age, a university student from Caracas. Again, we'll have our interpreter stand by, but I know she's never going to. You really don't want this woman here, do you?
No, I don't need it.
You may go home. You have a special interest in environmental causes. Tell us about it.
Yes, I've always been interested in it, and I think we all should be interested in environmental causes. We all should take care of our world, and let's give nature a chance.
You are studying to be an industrial engineer. What is industry's responsibility to the environment?
Well, most of the pollution is made by industries, and I think an industrial engineer should take care of it and try to somehow solve it. So that's what I'd like to do.
Thank you very much. Please wait for our judges to give you a score. Miss Venezuela, if you will, please step over there with the other women. Next is Miss USA, Carol Gist. She's 20 years of age from Detroit. She's studying hotel management. Carol, since you were crowned, do your family and friends treat you any differently?
No, as a matter of fact, one of the positive things that I've seen as a result of winning is my family coming closer together, and I'm happy to be the cause of that.
I have seen interviews with you all over the media. Do you have any feeling that there is anything they shouldn't ask you?
Well, I realize that now that I'm in the spotlight and I should be a role model, and if there are questions that they feel they should ask that will help me to be a role model for the young people, I feel they should go ahead and ask them.
All right, let me lighten up a little bit. You said somewhere when if you got married, you'd want your husband to take your last name. Is this true? Now, there are just 600 million people watching. Let's get this out in the open.
Well, I'm proud of my last name, the Gist name, and I would like to be able to carry it on.
All right, thank you very much. Stand by, please. Thank you, Miss USA, if you join the others. Here is Miss Norway, Mona Grudt, who's a professional model. She just turned 19 while she was here in Los Angeles. Happy birthday. I guess everybody knows, Mona, that modeling eventually stops. It comes to an end. What will you do when it does?
Then I will study and be a nurse, because I would like to work with the poor children in, for example, Africa.
Why would you want to go to a third country?
Because I feel that in Norway we have a lot of nurses, and I can feel that I can do something helpful in Africa to help the poor children.
We have talked about changes happening all over the world. How will your life differ from the life of your mother?
What do you mean?
Your mother lived in another age. Things have changed. Will your life be different?
Yes, I think so, because the woman today has the opportunity to get more education and to work and get the same pay as men, and my mother didn't get that.
Thank you very much. Please stand by for a moment. Judges will score. Thank you very much, Miss Norway. Thank you, ladies. You were all great. Thank you.
Okay, why don't we bring up the official results from the interview competition now? So we turn to the monitor, you can see Miss Norway is leading. By the way, she was also ahead in our preliminary competition. She continues to perform very strongly. Miss Columbia in second place. Carol Gist, we knew she would do well. She is in third place. And you can see how the other girls stacked up in the interview competition.
You know, Hollywood seems like a very appropriate place for a swimsuit competition. The Pacific Ocean is just a few minutes away, and Hollywood history owes an awful lot to the combination of swimsuits and movie stars, from Mack Sennett's bathing beauties to the pinup girls of the 40s, right up to the stars of today. Tonight, our semifinalists appear in competition swimwear by Catalina and shoes by Frederico. And as they model, we've asked each candidate to tell us a little more about herself. Let's begin with Miss India. She's Suzanne Sabot. She's 5 feet 8 inches tall, dark brown hair and brown eyes. She's 23 years old.
In my country, there's still the influence of genteel sports. As a result, in addition to jogging and cycling, I like badminton and cricket.
Miss Colombia, Lisette Maecha, 18 years of age. She has brown hair and brown eyes. She's 5 feet 9 inches tall.
Once aboard an airplane, I gave CPR to heart attack victim and helped to save her life.
Miss Mexico, Marele del Rosario, 21 years of age, has black hair and brown eyes. She's 5 feet 7 inches tall.
Sometimes excitement really gets to me, like I once jumped in the ring in the middle of the bullfight. I'll never do that again.
Miss Turkey, Juliana Atesh, a 19-year-old. She's 5 feet 7 inches tall, has black hair and dark brown eyes.
On Fridays and Saturdays, in my hometown, I spend time with people who are handicapped. I hope they get as much out of it as I do.
Miss Chile, 22 years of age. She is Urania Hultenhoff. She has brown hair and green eyes.
Today in my country, more and more women are in executive positions. And I'm happy with this progress, and I hope to become a priority.
Miss Bolivia, Rosario Ricotoro. She's 5 feet 10 inches tall, has brown hair and brown eyes. She's 17 years old.
I have made a study of mind control. I don't believe others stop us from reaching our goals. We do it ourselves. We put our own barriers, and only we can take them down.
Miss Czechoslovakia, Jana Rankova. She's 5 feet 9 inches tall, has blonde hair and blue eyes. She's 23 years old.
I'm very interested in politics because everybody in my country cares about politics now. And I love my new president, Václav Havel.
Miss Venezuela, Andrena Gertz, has brown hair and blue eyes. She's 20 years old and stands 5 feet 10 inches tall.
I have 2 health tips besides exercise. One is never go on crash diets, and the other, don't worry, be happy.
Miss USA, Carol Gist. Carol is 6 feet tall, 20 years of age. She has dark brown hair and dark brown eyes.
I frequently advise young people to put only quality food and quality information in their bodies so they may lead a quality life.
Miss Norway, Mona Grudt. She's 5 feet 8 inches tall, has light brown hair, green eyes, and she's 19 years old.
Exercise is not only something that I enjoy, it is also something that I have studied. I have had 9 years of ballet training and 8 years of gymnastics.
Thank you, ladies. That completes our swimsuit competition.
I love that Miss Venezuela says, don't worry, be happy. Easy to say if you look like that, huh? I don't know. I'm thinking about adding, maybe another hour or 2 to my workout. Let's turn now to the monitor and see how the swimsuit competition shapes up here. Miss Norway out in front, followed by Miss Colombia and Miss Bolivia, as you can see. Well, there is no question about the glamour and prestige that go with the title of Miss Universe. But tonight's winner will also receive very tangible rewards of cash and gifts totaling nearly $250,000, and she'll make a guest appearance on a Paramount television series in the upcoming year.
Welcome back to the Shubert Theatre. and our last round of semifinal competition. Now, there's always been a grand Hollywood tradition of beautiful women wearing beautiful clothes, and the Miss Universe pageant has its own tradition, the evening gown competition. Now, our contestants will be wearing gowns of their own choosing, and tonight we continue another cherished tradition. Wherever the pageant goes all over the world, the contestants are joined by girls of various national backgrounds who serve as their little sisters. And tonight, our little girls appear in Shirley Temple dresses by Sherry Hill Design. So as you look for Miss Universe 1990 among the 10 semifinalists, you may also be meeting Miss Universe 2005. Young ladies, ladies and gentlemen, the 1990 Miss Universe Evening Gown Competition, beginning with Miss India. Miss Colombia. Miss Mexico. Miss Turkey. Miss Chile. Miss Bolivia. Miss Czechoslovakia. Miss Venezuela. Miss USA. Miss Norway. That concludes our 1990 evening gown competition and our semifinals. Thank you, ladies.
Those little girls are so precious. I must tell you, a lot of the contestants have been trying on not only the title of Miss Universe, but they've been trying on Mommy as well. Let's turn to the monitor now and we'll check the scores, see who leads in this last semifinal competition in the evening gowns. Miss Norway, very strong tonight out in front, followed by Miss Colombia. Miss Chile is in third position, and here's the rest of the girls and how they placed in the evening gown competition. Well, the composite scores are now being added. We will know who the 6 finalists are right after this.
And now we're back live on the stage of the Shubert Theatre for a very crucial moment of the evening. We're about to find out which 6 young women will go on to the next round. Let me get the results, if I may. Thank you, sir, very much. Audience, let's see if you can agree with our judges. I've just received the scores, and ladies, this is the moment. Once again, I'll remind you that there's no particular order here. I will just call out the names of the countries. The finalists are Miss Colombia, Miss Bolivia, Miss Mexico, Three names remain, one of which is Miss Norway. There are 2 left. Miss Chile. And finally, Miss USA. Ladies and gentlemen, our 6 semifinalists, one of whom will be Miss Universe 1990.
Of Miss USA, they were really sweating it for a while there. I don't think the judges realized how tough it would be to pick just 6 women from that group. We want to remind you that once more, all scores are cleared from the computer. The 6 finalists are once again on equal footing. Also, in the next 2 rounds of competition, we won't be seeing the scores. That raises the level of suspense a little bit for all of us. It's kind of more fun to try and choose your own winner. We'll be right back with the questions, which will narrow it down to the final 3 candidates for Miss Universe 1990.
Our 6 finalists here in this bowl. We have the names of all of our judges. Each finalist in turn will draw a judge's name and respond to a question which that judge has prepared and will ask her personally. Each candidate has 20 seconds to complete her answer. Also, as the judges vote, they'll be reminded by instant replay pictures on their monitors of how each contestant looked earlier in the swimsuit and evening gown competition. This vote will determine our final 3 contestants. Judges, if you're ready, we'll begin with Miss Columbia. May I have my interpreter, please? Miss Columbia, if you will. This question comes from judge number 9, Dr. Hang S. Noor. Dr. Noor, you have a question.
Yes, what is one thing guaranteed to make you angry? And how?
And how?
And how do you deal with it?
¿Qué es lo que te hace enojar y cómo lo resuelves?
Bueno, realmente yo me considero una persona muy tranquila, muy serena. Sin embargo, como un ser humano, también logro enojarme, sobre todo cuando hay contrariedades y no se pueden solucionar muy rápidamente.
Well, I consider myself a very peaceful and serene person, but I am also a human being, and I do get upset with things that have no solution.
Thank you very much. Please wait a moment for the judges to give you a score.
Lisette told us that she's dreamed of being Miss Universe since she was a child. Her mother's here with her tonight, her father home in Colombia, taking care of her brother and sister.
Thank you, Miss Columbia. Miss Bolivia, if you would like to reach in. This question comes from judge number 7, J.D. Nicholas.
Miss Bolivia, what's the most memorable thing you've learned from one of the other contestants at this pageant?
Well, not only from the contestants, mainly from them, but from all the people who surround us. I've learned that circumstances and people don't put barriers to us, but it's ourselves. And that is why I'm here, because I want Bolivians, my country, to see that if they really want something, they can make it. And that's a great emotion when you reach something and you say, I'm happy because I've made it. The contestants who have not made it, I think it's because it really didn't want that.
Thank you very much. Please wait here a moment for scoring.
This is real pressure for Rosario. Now, she comes from a political family, so they're quite used to competition. I kind of doubt if they've ever experienced anything quite like this.
Miss Bolivia, thank you very much. Miss Mexico, you may have the interpreter, please. Por favor, will you... This question comes from judge number 2, Martin Ransahoff.
What do you think is the greatest problem in the world for today's young people?
¿Cuál es el problema más grande que existe en el mundo para los jóvenes de hoy?
El problema más grande del mundo yo creo que es la drogadicción y la delincuencia. Yo creo que podemos tener un poquito de conciencia todos y debemos trabajar mucho para salir adelante y reunir todas nuestras fuerzas para trabajar mucho en ellos que son el futuro de nuestro mundo.
I think that the greatest problem in the world, especially in youth, is drug addiction and delinquency. But if we all work together, we can solve the problem because all our future is in their hands.
Thank you very much. Could you wait a momento?
Well, Marley looks pretty calm, but she has a 9-year-old brother. His name Marco. He's out here in the audience cheering her on, and I bet Marco is muy nervioso.
Thank you, Miss Mexico. Miss Norway, would you step forward, please? Stir the questions up a little bit. Please select a question. This comes from judge number 3, Dr. Susan Forward.
Ms. Norway, do you think that a woman is unfulfilled if she doesn't have children?
No, I don't think so, because she can have a lot of other experiences in her life, and if she really don't want to have children, it's up to her. I think so.
Thank you very much. Please wait for the scoring to take place.
Mona, as we said earlier, turned 19 last week, and the contestants all celebrated with her. I'm sure all of Norway will celebrate tonight if she becomes their first Miss Universe.
Thank you, Miss Norway. Miss Chile? We have some still left, please. This question comes from judge number 12, Steve Allen.
Who or what makes you laugh?
¿Qué o qué persona te hace reír?
Bueno, me hacía mucho reír, y lo cual el personaje que más me encanta en la diversión es Jerry Lewis, el cual encuentro un personaje sensacional. Me encantan sus películas y bueno, hasta el día de hoy lo disfruto tanto como cuando era muy chica.
Gracias.
Well, the guy I used to love, I used to like Jerry Lewis because of a wonderful sense of humor. I love his movies and his acting, and even though I'm older now, I still enjoy him even though I'm not a little girl.
Thank you very much. Please wait here for the judges to score.
Urania is the youngest of 5 kids, and she says she likes getting all the attention. Well, if she's Miss Universe, she'll get a lot of that.
Thank you, Miss Chile. Miss USA, if you would please. Select a judge. There are 2 here. I'll just shake one off there. This is judge number 8, Deborah Nadulman.
What has been the most difficult moment of your life, and what did you learn from it?
Well, the most difficult part of my life was the last half of my high school days and the beginning part of my college days. I've learned that I can be independent and take care of myself and go on to do whatever it is that I want to do. I have the gift of choice. God gave it to me, and I'm using it to go on and to enhance my life, as well as share what I will attain through my entrepreneur endeavors with the young people of tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Please wait a moment.
You have to wonder if Carol is thinking about the home country jinx tonight. It's been over 25 years since the contestant won Miss Universe in her own country.
Thank you, Miss USA. Now that completes the competition for our 6 finalists.
It's amazing to me that girls seem to be so calm. I find this incredibly nerve-wracking.
It actually is, and it's very difficult to think on your feet and to come up with an intelligent answer that shows that you have potential as well.
They did well. Carol, once again. All right, when we come back, we'll announce the final 3 candidates for the title of Miss Universe 1990. That's right after this word from Vidal Sassoon.
During the last year, there were thousands of young women all over the world hoping to become Miss Universe 1990, and by the time this evening rolled around, there were 71. And that 71 became 10. Those 10 became 6, and I am about to announce the names of the final 3. Before I read their names, I'd like to congratulate all of you. You're all magnificent. Thank you very much for coming this far in face of extraordinary competition. Now again, ladies, I'm going to read these 3 names in no particular order. This is the final 3. Miss USA. Miss Norway. And finally, Miss Colombia. One of these three will be the new Miss Universe.
Crowd is loving this. Listen to this. We are coming to the most tension-filled moment of the evening. Sounds like a sporting event. The final question is coming up. All the previous scores are cleared. This can make it or break it for these girls. Now, you've been there. You know what it feels like. What are the girls thinking?
Lisa, they may look calm, cool, and collected, but they're in absolute turmoil now. For they realize that this reply can change their future. It's the very best and worst moment of their entire lives.
Well, it is the last chance to impress the judges. Right now, it's anybody's crown. Folks, if you think you can handle the suspense and the noise, let's go back to the stage.
Now, the very last round of competition for our final three. We're going to ask each young lady one last question, the very same question. You'll have 20 seconds in which to answer. For this to be fair, we're going to make sure that the other two candidates don't hear the question or the response. So, if Miss Colombia and Miss Norway, please go to the soundproof booth. We'll play you some music in there. Miss USA, if you'll step over here, please. Would you hold my microphone for me, please? Same question for everyone. If you were a judge tonight, who would you vote for to be the Miss Universe and why?
Well, all of the girls who are here tonight were qualified and very unique and special in their own way. But I was very, very partial to my roommate. She was a wonderful young woman, and I wish her the best. And I'd have to say I'd vote for Miss Trinidad.
It's very nice. Thank you very much. Would you step over here, please? Miss Norway. Miss Norway, we are asking everyone the same question. If you were a judge tonight, who would you vote for to be the new Miss Universe and why?
I think it's very difficult to answer on that, but I think Miss Finland, because she's always in a good mood and always kind to everybody and cheering everybody up when they're down.
Thank you very much. If you would step over here, please. May I have the interpreter, please? Miss Colombia. This is the same question we've asked everyone.
Si tú fueras juez hoy en la noche, ¿por quién votarías y por qué?
Did you say it in Spanish already?
I did.
I thought I recognized it. All right, you know the question.
Bueno, realmente yo quisiera seguir siendo candidata, seguir siendo Miss Colombia. No quisiera estar en el lugar de los jueces, pero cualquiera que sea bienvenido el premio.
Thank you.
I would like to keep on being Miss Colombia. I would not like to be a judge at this stance, but whoever they pick, it would be great.
Thank you very much. Please, if you would, come over here. Thank you, ladies. Nicely done. And now, we have arrived at the final moment of decision. As each young lady steps forward, the judges will vote for the very last time, giving each contestant a ranking. They'll vote for her to be the second runner-up, the first runner-up, or the new Miss Universe. And we will begin with Miss USA. Now imagine what's going through this young woman's mind. She is Miss USA. Will she be the new Miss Universe? Next is Miss Norway. She's come a long way to be here. It's been an exciting 2 weeks, and this moment could change her entire life. Miss Colombia. She is a magnificent woman. She's wondering, here I stand in the United States, will they make me the new Miss Universe? That completes our final round of competition. Thank you, ladies.
Can you imagine what's going through the minds of those three young women as they wait for the decision? Well, they won't have to wait much longer, and neither will we. When we come back, the new Miss Universe will be crowned. Right after this word from Secret, the official antiperspirant of the Miss Universe
A
pageant.
few moments when one of our three becomes the new Miss Universe, she'll have some very impressive shoes to fill, and it's now my pleasure to present for the traditional final walk and farewell a young woman who's brought great credit to herself and her native country, Holland, and to the Miss Universe pageant. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Universe 1989, Angela Visser.
My reign as Miss Universe has been a great education for me about the world and about life. From the first surprising moment when I won the crown in Cancun, this year has been full of fantastic experiences. The strong values I learned from my loving family and their support and that of my friends helped me handle the responsibilities of this prestigious title. My little hometown of Nieuwekerk aan de IJssel in Holland gave me such a warm and wonderful homecoming. And I just loved traveling all over the world and meeting so many extraordinary and interesting people, being on television, making public appearances and just having fun. Now, as I settle down in Los Angeles to pursue a career, I want to thank the people of the Miss Universe pageant, who truly became my American family, for opening so many doors for me, both personally and professionally. It has been a great step into the future. Thank all of you so much for everything.
Thank you, Angela, very, very much. Thanks for all you've done for Miss Universe, and we wish you